thank you, everybody, for listening. I'm so happy to be here today with Robin Clark. Robin is the executive sous chef at Dead Horse Hill, which is a great restaurant right on Main Street and part of our really exciting gourmet program and our Share Something Wonderful referral program where people have the opportunity to win, get this, 7 $20 gift certificates from Dead Horse Hill as part of this whole package. So, Robin, welcome to the program.
Hi.
Hi. So Dead Horse is such a great restaurant, and it's got a great vibe. How did you get involved with the project?
It's actually kind of an interesting story. I was working out in Cambridge, and we had a man who would deliver mushrooms to us and was always talking about his friend out in Worcester who was about to open a restaurant. And I was one of the Worcester virgins at the time, so I hadn't actually heard anything good about Worcester, and I said, Worcester, gross. Why would anyone open a restaurant there?
No.
Yeah, Worcester has such a bad reputation for people who haven't been here. And so he told me all about it, and my curiosity was piqued. So I came out here and met with Jared, and I saw the space pretty bare bones at the time. And Jared really convinced me that this was going to be a really good place for me, and this was going to be a good opportunity. And I was kind of looking for something out of the Boston scene, and I said, you know what? Sure, I'll come on board. And here I am today, over a year later. I've been here since before we even opened the doors.
That's awesome. I understand you do a lot of the pastas and desserts, and I did hear that you're fantastic from everybody over there at Dead Horse and people who have, other people who have eaten there. So I'm curious, what did Jared say to you to change your mind?
He just had this really great vision about what Worcester was going to become and what the Worcester restaurant scene was going to become, and that it would be really amazing to be a part of this renaissance that was happening out here. And he kept saying, Robin at Dead Horse Hill has a nice ring to it, don't you think? And anybody who's met Jared knows that he can be very persuasive when he wants to be. And I think the idea of being a part of something new and this revolution for the food out here just sounded so appealing to me at this point in my career that I just couldn't resist giving it a shot.
Robin, I joined the Hanover Theater before we opened for many of the same reasons, and I can tell you that downtown Worcester has come so far in the last year, never mind the last 5 years and the last 10 years, since really we opened. We'll be celebrating our 10th anniversary in March. I've been here for 10 years in November. So
wow,
Jared was right. Everything from, downtown on the Common, and people are really walking between Dead Horse and the Hanover Theater now. I know we have a lot of theater goers who make a point to get a bite to eat there first. And I have to tell you, you've become a hip place for young and cool people to go. I have heard it on the street. And so why do you think that is, Robin? Yeah, I know, right? So what do you think the appeal is?
I think that one thing that's really unique about us is our atmosphere and the vibe that we give to people. We do the same kind of fine dining food that you're going to find in big cities like Boston and New York, but we give it in such a way that just makes everybody feel like family. Everything is fun. We're having fun. The guests are having fun. No one feels pressured to be quiet or proper or have fine linens, but we're giving you the same kind of food that you're going to get in those places, but in this really family fun, have fun with your food, explore something new kind of experience, which I think is really attractive to a lot of people that are just kind of sick of that stuffy fine dining scene.
Absolutely. And I have to tell you, your menu is great. There are so many different options that people can choose from. If anything, I start to get a little overwhelmed when I look at it because everything looks so good. So what are some of the things that you would recommend to people when they do come into Dead Horse Hill?
I definitely recommend the pastas. I'm slightly biased because I'm the one that makes them, but I think that we do really great pasta here, and I think that we always are changing it, and we do things from extruded dry pastas to filled pastas. We've had a special on the menu almost since day one that I don't think we'll ever be able to take off because everybody loves it so much. We do really great pastas, so I definitely would recommend those. But we also have a really good meat scene going on. We really like our big steaks and our big pork chops, so that's always a good thing to get.
That's awesome. And I have to ask, where did the name come from?
The name came from the hill in Worcester that was so steep that a lot of people that were starting to settle out here had to bring their horses up this big, long hill, and it was so high and so steep that a lot of times the horses would not do so well because it was so high and so steep, but they were willing to make that long, difficult trek up the hill to start their new life in Worcester, in the area, or in Massachusetts. So I think one thing that the guys really liked was that people were willing to go, up Deadhorse Hill to make a new start and do this new life. And I think that kind of shows what new life we want for Worcester and the Worcester food scene. And we really want to be a part of that, coming here for something new.
That's awesome. I'm so glad I asked you that story. I love finding out, the history behind names especially. So if people want more information about Deadhorse Hill, they, of course, can look at your listing on our website, thehanovertheater.org. You're part of our gourmet program. Also, they can check out the Refer a Friend or Share Something Wonderful for more details about that. But why don't you tell people how they can go directly to your website?
We can just go to deadhorsehill.com, and we just updated that recently, so there's a lot of really great pictures. There's all of our menus, and there's also pictures of a lot of us and stories about where all of we came from. The menu does change on a daily basis, so sometimes there's slight changes to what the menu is online, but that'll give you the basic core and idea of the kind of things that we're doing here.
Absolutely, and I have to put a plug in there for lunch as well as dinner because you have great lunch options. And are you open 7 days a week?
We are open for lunch Monday through Friday, and then we open for dinner on Tuesday through Sunday, and we have brunch on Sunday mornings as well. So there's a whole lot of options for pretty much every time of day, depending on when you're going to be in the city.
That's awesome, and I hope that the winner of our Share Something Wonderful package enjoys eating there as much as I do. So thank you so much for joining.
I hope so too.
They will. I just know it.